time for the Oscars. Hey y'all, it's your girl, Simply Moya M, and welcome back to my channel. Here today, we are doing episode 2 of 10 minutes of TV. And today we are going to be focusing on the Oscars. So the Oscars aired this past Sunday, and I really wanted to see the Oscars because they are all about movies, they're all about film, they're all about cinematography, the whole essence of bringing this fantasy world to life. So I was really super excited to see the Oscars. So let's go ahead and get into this recap. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I got my drink just like last time. Yes, this is Sprite. Okay. Now, I do want to start from the very beginning. Like I said, in 10 minutes of TV, we're gonna keep this very short, sweet, and to the point. We're not gonna run over. I'm not gonna take up too much of y'all time. We're just gonna get to it and go. Now, mind you, the Oscars this year did not have any kind of host, right? There was the whole, situation with the Oscars asking Kevin Hart to host. He said yes. However, people who are just in their feelings about anything regarding anybody in the world, just period, brought up Kevin Hart's old tweets that people kind of felt offended by. But yeah, that kind of situation came back up. It really rubbed him to the point where he just kind of backed out of the situation, and now we were just left without a host. Kevin was just like, no, not this time. This is just not the moment or the time for me to be the host of the Oscars. Maybe again in the future, but not right now. I completely understand where he was coming from with that, especially because he was just getting a lot of backlash just for saying yes to an opportunity. So they decided to have just a lot of celebrities and notable faces, a lot of people, pretty much popular celebrities that people will know, to present these awards to these movies. Adam Lambert and Queen kicked off the show with We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. Of course, I feel like almost everybody in the world should know those songs because they are really easy to learn. It was really kind of like cool for me. I enjoyed it because We Will Rock You and We're the Champions are actually two of my favorite Queen songs. Adam Lambert, I think, did a really solid job at the performance. I mean, he did have some awkward body movements, especially that moment where he decided to try to get the crowd to wave with him a little bit. I just kind of felt like that was weird, but I mean, long story short, I think he was a pretty solid pick. Now, to follow that and kind of continue on the opening, we had Maya Rudolph, Amy Poehler, and Tina Fey, and they kind of were the dynamic female trio of actresses that kind of they were like the trio of funny actresses that were chosen to kind of open up the show altogether. Maya Rudolph, she is the funniest. She's the funniest actress that I've seen thus far on movies and TV shows in general. And she says, "Hey Chadwick Boseman, what kind of plans do you have later?" And I'm pretty sure I did not say that. But pretty much she made this cute little Wakanda joke related to Chadwick Boseman, and I just lived for it. Honestly, I'm sitting here thinking that they're just the trio opening up the show, really casual or whatever, but it turns out that they were actually the first group of presenters for Best Supporting Actress. And I really was vying for Regina King to win. So when she won, I was of course very satisfied. Like I said, she was having a moment with her mom, really nice, really sentimental, and she pretty much said, you've always been telling me that God is leaning or has been leaning in my favor this entire time. And it was really nice to see her win, to be honest. It was her first nomination for an Oscar. It was her first win for an Oscar. So congratulations, Regina, girl, you did that, representing for the Black women of the world. Now, I was shocked to see Serena Williams doing anything on stage. I was very surprised because I was like, I mean, are you in a movie? I just wasn't expecting to see her, is all I'm trying to say. I was just kind of like, we had a song introduction from Keegan-Michael Key, and the thing about that introduction, granted, yes, he did introduce the original song nominee from the Mary Poppins movie. However, why are you the only person flying from the ceiling? Why? With an umbrella. I just don't understand. I don't understand. You know you're not supposed to have an umbrella open inside. It's just kind of like bad luck. You know what I mean? So I just, I wasn't really feeling his entrance like that. I didn't really see it as being something that popped, sizzled, or anything for me. Trevor Noah came out right after that. When Trevor Noah came out to do the Best Picture nominee highlight for Black Panther, I, of course, was expecting a lot of Africa, Wakanda related jokes. So that's exactly what I got. Wakanda related jokes the whole entire time. After that, we kind of started getting into some of my favorite kind of categories. For Best Animated Feature Film, you had Pharrell and Michelle Yeoh. Michelle Yeoh is 56 and Pharrell is 45. Pharrell still is out here looking like he is 29, 30 years old, right? And Michelle Yeoh, to me, she looked like she was maybe in like her mid 40s. So these people are sitting here like looking at least 10 years younger than what they are, for one. So I'm trying to figure out what their secret is. Okay, I have to. After that, we had this Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper performance of Shallow. Let me say this. It was very uncomfortable. I could have sworn Bradley Cooper was married, and if he's not, please let me know. If he is married, it was just awkward to see the way that Bradley and Gaga interacted with each other during this performance. Bradley comes over, somehow ditches his microphone and his microphone stand to go over to the bench, sit down next to Gaga, smash his face next to hers, and they singing in the shallow. I just was looking like, Bradley, like, why are y'all faces so close? Like, why are y'all doing this like it's the movie? At this point, y'all are just Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Stop this. Stop this. This is not okay. This is not comfortable. I don't approve at all. No thank you, no ma'am, no so way ma'am. Now, the next good part was the original screenplay and the adapted screenplay. Green Book won best screenplay, best original screenplay, and then Black Klansman won adapted screenplay. I was really excited to see Spike Lee go up there. He really wanted to get that message out there. 1619, 2019. 400 years it's been since our, ancestors were stolen from Africa. So that is a lesson that I've heard him say it before, especially when he was on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. He had the same message. He had a hat and a sweatshirt that says 1619. Both of them say 1619. And I just thought it was kind of a really cool message to kind of listen to. So the movie itself was absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. It was unsuspecting in a certain kind of funny, interesting kind of way. Because like Barbara said, when you think about the situation, a Jewish man helping a black man infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan, like that's like, what? Like, if you think about it, if you were to think about it today, you'd have been like, what? Like, that's just so weird. Like, who would have put y'all together to do that? You know what I mean? So for production design, J-Lo and Chris Evans came out and gave an award to this phenomenal black woman. Like, I mean, she did the production design for Black Panther. This Hannah Beachler She won this category looking so fly in her red dress. It was her first nomination. It's the first time a Black woman has ever been nominated and now awarded this Oscar for production design. So this was a huge win. Her speech, I really don't remember anything except for that it made me cry. You know, she thanked everyone who believed in her, everyone who supported her, everyone who gave her the opportunity, gave her a safe space. Ryan Coogler, she thanked, a lot of people thanked him, to be honest, but you know, her speech was just very heartwarming. And I have to say, her speech was probably like the #1 speech of the night. To make me cry, to make me shed a tear, like, you did it. You did it, girl. So then we got to the big award of the night, Best Picture. Julia Roberts was the person to actually present this award. I was crossing my fingers that Black Panther would win. However, after they just did like the recap. Okay, these are all the nominees. You have The Favorite, you have Vice, you have Green Book, you have Black Panther, you have Black Klansman, and I think you had Roma. So that was it. So those are the 6 that were nominated. And out of all of those, the winner was Green Book. I assumed Bohemian Rhapsody would get it because it was this big, phenomenal movie about Queen, you know, this really historic group in rock and roll history. When they announced the Green Book, to me it sounded like there was a mix in the audience of cheers and boos. Like, half the room was disappointed and the other half was excited, and there was a small percentage of people kind of like me that were like really confused. That was literally the end of the night, you know, because there was no host, because there wasn't anyone to really guide, you know, the show at all. Julia was kind of left there. I kind of felt like, you know, Julia should not have closed out the show. If anything, the Oscars should have probably just had like a fade out, or had the voiceover person just say, you know, we want to thank you for joining us. The Oscars overall was pretty good. There wasn't much about it that I would change. There was just a few questionable moments, like, you know, awkward arm waves, people falling from the ceiling, you know, questionable jokes from celebrities, you know, just a lot of things that maybe should have been revised or said in rehearsal before they got on stage. I thought the show was pretty good up to this point where we didn't have a host. I kind of almost forgot that we didn't have a host because the flow of the awards and who presented what and the kind of banter of certain people kind of kept the show flowing. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of 10 Minutes of TV, and definitely stay tuned for the next episode of 10 Minutes of TV. Soon we will have a lot of shows coming up that are premiering this week that I will be recapping, some of which include World of Dance, RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11. I'm so excited to premiere. I'm so excited to like review that one. And then, you know, just a few other TV shows coming down the line. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know what you think of this video in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified of when I upload a brand new video each time every week. And definitely, you know, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, you know, simply, you know, it's just at Moya M on Instagram and on Snapchat, and it's Miss Moya M on Twitter. So definitely go ahead and follow me on those platforms, and, you know, let me know what you guys think of my videos. Let me know what kind of content you want to see, maybe what TV shows you want to see me review or want to hear more about. I'm definitely all about it this year, and I'm here to kind of share my views on these TV shows, kind of how things are being perceived and put out into the world. But I hope you guys enjoyed, like I said, this second episode of 10 Minutes of TV. It might be a tad bit long just because it's the Oscars, and the Oscars is a 2-hour-long show. So I apologize if it's just a little bit longer than 10 minutes. But until next time, guys, I will see you all in the next video. And until then, it's your girl, Moya M.